right, good morning, Kern County. It is 7 a.m. It is after sunrise. I'm Alex Fisher alongside Maddie Jansen and Kevin Charette. So again, this is kind of our new show that we're doing here on KGET.com, where we're just kind of taking a different look at the stories and all of the content that we were talking about during sunrise. We've also got some news stories as well that we think are kind of fun and we kind of want to discuss.
And Maddie says it all right here. We get to sit back and relax.
Yeah,
allowed to have a little more fun.
Yeah,
a little more fun.
Get
a little more personal.
Hang out
with
together.
us.
Yeah. Can we talk about what I think is one of the biggest stories right now? And it's the bald eagles.
The baby eagles.
Jackie and Shadow welcoming at least one new eaglet.
Yeah. I was excited, yesterday I saw the little crack, and this morning Maddie was like, "Oh no, the chick is almost out."
Yeah, last night, right
but
before
I'm waiting
midnight.
and she is moving around. Usually around sunrise they do like a shift change, so I'm excited.
And we've seen the baby eagle a couple of times.
Yeah.
It's teeny tiny and just a little ball of fluff.
Well, let's show you the video from last night, because the eaglet came out of the egg. One of the eaglets came out of the egg late last night, just right before midnight, and this is what you can see right here.
Look at
and new life emerging here.
And then you can see next to it the other egg that is in the middle of hatching, has a pretty good crack in it. I think you could see the baby eagle working its way out right there. This is a hard job to hatch. It takes them a little over a day or two. So we saw the first crack, or it was spotted by the Friends of Bear Valley, who have this live camera on the nest, Sunday afternoon around 3 in the afternoon, and then last night around midnight, right? So about a day and a half for that eaglet to hatch.
I wonder if mom helps out the process. It's breaking a little bit. I wonder if she'll help crack the egg later, or does she just let the process happen?
Looks like she just let the process happen.
I'm saying the other one comes out today.
So,
well, let's see. It took a day and a half for this one to come out. So we
but that was pretty big.
It is. But we saw the first crack in that second one yesterday morning. I think it was spotted. So it could be like tomorrow afternoon-ish.
I'm saying today.
Okay.
Stronger
you're
chick.
feeling today.
Oh wait, this afternoon. Sorry.
I was going to say this afternoon.
Yeah, this afternoon.
So the other thing too is, when we're calling this pip watch, right? Because that's when you first start to see the cracks on the egg. It's called a pip. So now we've got two pips. So
pip pip hooray!
Pip hooray! There
I
you
wonder
go.
what she's doing right now.
Let's take a live look. Let's take a live look at what she's doing.
There she is.
Just enjoying that morning sunlight.
Noticing a lot of the snow has melted too on that nest.
Yeah.
After this weekend storm.
And she always gives you this vibe like she's about to get up, and so everybody's like, "Oh, she's going to get up."
Well, she kind of
I know,
kind of shuffles a little.
I know.
Moving
Well,
around
it's
a
shift
lot.
change, like we call it. When Shadow or Jackie, I haven't been able to figure out who's who.
Again,
well, it's hard because when you don't see them side by side,
it's hard to judge because the female is about 25% thicker, as we learned yesterday. So, but when they're not side by side, you can't tell that.
But she's looking
But
around,
I think
so it's like, is she looking
I
for?
think traditionally Jackie
looking?
spends more time on the nest.
I think,
are you saying the mom? No.
Yes.
Spends more time on the egg than the dad?
100% I am.
Dad does shift change.
Yeah, he spends a lot of time on the nest too. They shift change, but I think I don't know. We just always assume this is Jackie. But maybe that's wrong of us to assume.
You're right, Kev. Though every time she moves, we get excited.
Like,
but all she's doing is just like.
Well, what's really going to be exciting is once these chicks are actually born, you're going to see a lot of action because
when they're
Jackie
feeding.
or Shadow bringing whole fish to the nest.
Chewing them up,
rodents,
feeding them, baby bird style.
Yep.
What is this like for you though to see it as a mom? Is it?
Since the mom is always on the nest.
I remember back when my chicks were hatched.
You know what I mean.
It's so cool. It's so neat.
It's neat.
It's so fun to watch, and it's crazy because, like you said, she's getting ready for a big old storm that's coming her way, and she's got these brand new chicks, and there they are, just out in the element. But you're right, she's a bald eagle, so
they're
she's
used
kind
to
of
weather
prepared
conditions, rain, snow.
And she's keeping them safe. I mean, she's got that nice sturdy nest that's been through windy conditions.
The thing about it is, if you've never seen a
and
bald eagle nest up close, in that video, you look at it and you're like, oh, it's kind of a small nest. No, when you look, those nests are at least probably four feet across.
Yeah.
They're huge.
So cool.
We'll see what happens. And today, you know what it is today?
What?
Today is Fat Tuesday. We've been showing New Orleans.
It is.
Yeah. Do you guys do any celebrations for it?
I do like. I think Mardi Gras is fun. I mean, I've done over the years, I've done a few like Mardi Gras parties, and it's fun.
Yeah.
I think I'll make the kids pancakes tonight because it's also known as Shrove Tuesday.
Shrove
Tuesday, which is the culmination of the Shrovetide season, I think. But anyway, it's what happens right before Lent, right? Which begins tomorrow with Ash Wednesday.
So meaning today is the end of the carnival season.
The carnival season. So. It has a couple different names, but so we saw that it's Pancake Day, right, at IHOP.
Yeah.
But that's because it's Shrove Tuesday, and pancakes are a traditional food that you eat on Shrove. So I think I'll make the kiddos some pancakes tonight. That's how we'll celebrate.
There you go.
They will be very happy with that.
And maybe Justin will have a beer in celebration of Fat Tuesday? No?
Probably not.
Oh, okay.
No.
But there is actually, of course, as you can imagine, in New Orleans, I mean, we took a live shot earlier this morning. It was just crazy. I mean, it was just
it's too crowded.
It was
for me.
8 in the morning their time,
Yeah.
and the streets were packed.
Yeah, it was insane. But not so much here in Bakersfield. I mean, we've got it's kind of a normal
And
day
Alex and
here.
Kevin were doing that earlier.
What were we doing?
What?
You missed the dance move that was happening on
Is
the
there a dance
screen.
move? Well, we have kind of a Mardi Gras fun
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. We've got Minto
There's
Boo
lots of different parties around town, but yeah, this is one of the biggest.
Yeah, so Minto Boo is going to be at the Buck Owens Crystal Palace tonight, starting at 5 p.m. And by the way, this is free to go. You can just simply show up and have a fun time.
I'll be in bed by the time this starts.
We'll be getting ready for Ash
A lot of
Wednesday.
people off tomorrow.
But I think what's kind of neat is how this all started was, 17 years ago, Minto Buru went to the Crystal Palace, and they were, paying tribute to the resilient people of New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina. So this tradition has continued on, since 2006. And which I think is kind of neat. But yeah, it's free. Just show up to the Buck Owens Crystal Palace. It is first come, first serve though. So if you want a good spot, you definitely want to get and trust me, you saw in the video, it does get packed.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Have you guys ever been to New Orleans?
No.
I have not.
I haven't either.
No, none of us, huh?
It looks fun, but a little too crowded for me.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't have to
much.
go during Mardi Gras.
No, but
That would be the key.
Yeah, you would. But I'm saying if you go for Mardi Gras, it looks like a lot happening. A little too much for my.
I bet the food is good, though.
The food's probably good.
That
really
is,
good,
I
yeah.
definitely want to go and try all that food.
It
the
is-
beignet.
It is on my bucket list. I actually have some friends that
Same.
are leaving for New Orleans. I think they're departing Meadows Field later tomorrow.
Oh, really? You see, the thing is, like, I love to travel.
See-
I got the travel bug. I don't travel a lot by any means, but, I got the travel bug and went to Italy a few years ago. You helped me kind of plan that trip. And now it feels like, you forget there's so many cool things here in our own country. It's cool places to go see. I've never been to Nashville. I've never been to New York. Never been to New Orleans.
Okay,
Yeah.
can we just also talk about going down a rabbit hole? But I've been all over the world. I feel like I haven't even seen a ton of places here in California.
Yeah.
That's why we need to have "Where in the World is Kevin Charette?" or "Where in the U.S. is Kevin Charette?"
There you go. But I mean, seriously, there's so many things in California. Like, have you been to Lake Tahoe?
Nope. Never been to Lake Tahoe.
Wow.
Lake Tahoe
But
is
she's
one-
been to Mammoth. She loves Mammoth. That's her.
I
favorite
think
place.
Lake Tahoe is one of the most beautiful places
it
in the
is.
world. I mean, it is just. So, I mean, you
I've been there many,
just
many
up there. You were
times.
just up there a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of the most beautiful places. I'm going to try to go this summer up there because it's just. I mean, as you can imagine, even like on the hottest parts of the summer here in Bakersfield, it's warm up there. The nights though, it cools off and it's just beautiful. The lake is gorgeous. In matter of fact, even if you go up to Lake Tahoe in like the later part of June, you can still see snow at the top of the peaks,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
kind of.
Well, and Maddie
It's
loves
gonna
Mammoth. I mean, she goes there all the time, and she had told me about a lot of hot springs in Mammoth. And I went to some that she had told me about, and there's so many things to see into the Sierras that you may not even think about.
I mean, one of my favorite secrets is it's Big Pine Lakes. If you are a hiker, you kind of have to be you have to kind of be a hiker to do it. It's not an easy hike,
Yeah.
but they're glacier-fed lakes, and they are only a few hours from here.
Yeah.
And
Are
they're
they a long
incredible.
hike?
Yes.
Yeah. So
All-day things.
You want to make sure you're prepared for a good hike.
Full day.
Full day hiking.
But that's one of the things is that, as I travel even across the country and everything, I was in New England in the fall and went all
the
over.
fall
It was so beautiful
right.
to see, and I'm like, oh wow, going this far north, it still reminds me of parts of Virginia and so forth. And I was with my dad and he was just like, yeah, this reminds me of parts of Ohio. But in California, it's like there's just so many unique things that you only get here. And I just, there's so much. You almost need to create a bucket list just for California, you know?
Yeah. I've never been to, this is sad to say, but I've never even been to Yosemite.
You've never been to Yosemite?
Oh, I know. It's sad for me to admit.
How is it? Wow.
How is that possible?
Honestly,
being there
I haven't
20
been since
years?
I was a kid.
I mean, it's
Oh,
a
my
long
goodness.
drive.
It's
is a
so
long
beautiful.
drive, but it's beautiful.
just
You
so
just have to find the
busy.
time. And again, I have this thing with crowds and busyness. You know, so getting out of my element of busyness and crowds. So it hasn't enticed me as much, but. The beauty of it,
Right.
you just have to find that right time to go. And again, you
Right.
have to carve out time because it's 7 hours away, right? About 7?
No.
Not that far.
6?
4?
Yeah, it's like
Oh, it's
4
only 4?
hours. It's like
Okay.
3.5, I think 3.5.
After you get through traffic, about
I'll
6.
do, I mean, it's a long day trip, but I've
Yeah.
done a couple of day trips where you leave here
Okay.
at like 4 a.m., go up there, spend the day, take a, nice long nap on, the park or whatever, in the valley, and then have dinner and come back home. And
Yeah, that's-
again, I'm saying that's a long day trip, but it's
Right. Yeah.
very possible. It's very possible.
Get outside the park maybe and just stay the night. And
Yeah,
probably
or do that,
Airbnb.
That's
yeah.
more me. I'm not. That's a long day for me.
But
I'd have to
it
stay the
is
night.
it is fun. I mean, and the other thing too is you don't want to go like during the long weekends and so forth. That's when you see,
Yeah.
it,
Or
it-
The
right
3-day
in-
weekends. Don't
or
do that.
like those long weekends. don't
Avoid
do that.
those.
Yeah.
Like April,
on and off
May,
time.
super busy because you get all of the melt off and you're with all the waterfalls and stuff like that. But that's kind of the prime time of
And
when you wanna
summer.
go, is
Early
to see all
June, like the weekend after. Once Memorial Day hits, the
Forget it.
crowds. No, not forget it. The crowds increase.
You probably want to go right before school gets out
But-
or right after school gets
Yeah,
back in.
exactly.
Would be
That's-
a better time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
early falls probably. I know up in Mammoth that's a better. That's a better time to go.
Gooder.
Fall's
Gooder
good.
place.
I would. I haven't been there, but I hear spring is probably the best time to go, just because you're getting all the melt off and the waterfalls are incredible.
So, I will also recommend that when we talk about the fall foliage and how
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just absolutely beautiful, right? In like New England, Yosemite,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they also have beautiful foliage there.
I mean, really, any of our mountain communities
Yeah.
would.
Oh, yeah,
Do.
yeah.
Really. I
And
mean,
also kind of earlier on in the season because it's the higher elevation.
yeah.
So yeah. Hey Kev, I want to really quick talk to you because we were talking a little bit even before sunrise this morning how you donate platelets
Yeah.
every as much as you can, and I was watching the new newscast yesterday, and you were donating platelets and you're actually doing the new newscast while donating. Talk a little bit about this like new thing that you do because you've only been doing it like a few months now, right?
Yeah, it's one of those things in the new year. I shaved back a lot of things that I was doing. We all live very busy lives, whether in our personal lives or out doing extracurricular activities. I retired from running baseball after being at the baseball park for 20 years. I decided to hang my hat on that, and I was trying to think of what else could I do to give back. And so, starting the new year, I decided, hey, I'm going to start going every week. And again, you have to kind of find that time, but I go every Monday. I try to do every Monday and sit there, as you can see, and do platelets. It's a little more time consuming. It takes about 85 minutes to give
Okay.
a double dose of platelets. So you just sit there, relax. But it's also my time just to sit. And it's pretty quiet at the Bolt House location, which I'm hoping we can change. But you just sit there and you just reflect on your day. I stay off my phone, and I just take in the ambience of conversation right there while I'm giving the platelets. So
And you
that's just my new
can
thing.
donate like every week.
Every week I go every Monday.
Wild that
Yeah.
you can
You
do
go
it that
every week. Oh,
often.
wow.
I go every Monday
Because
so
your
I've gotten to know
platelets
everybody.
regenerate really fast.
Well, and that's
Yeah,
kind of a
within
neat.
the- yeah.
Interesting.
It's kind of a neat thing that you do that you have it every Monday. It's like it's in your calendar.
Yep.
It's an appointment. It's blocked out. Also, though, I mean, like you mentioned, you're saving lives. That's great, and that's the most important thing, right? But you also get that added benefit of you're taking the time to just sit with your own thoughts, and that is something that is needed more.
Well,
we
and-
need to be. We've talked about the stories before on how it is important to be alone with your thoughts and kind of just. You don't have to constantly be occupied by things. The most creative people in the world talk about how the busiest people in the world talk about how important it is for them to carve out a portion of their day where they're just alone with themselves and their thoughts, and they're not preoccupied by devices, other meetings, other people. It's just them and themselves, you know?
Well, and the big difference for those who are thinking about doing blood or platelets is blood can stay on a shelf for a month. It can stay in the refrigeration unit. It can be as needed. Platelets can only last sometimes 3-4 days. So I'm giving platelets, but if it's not used, it expires in 3 to 4 days. So that's why the need for platelet donors is much higher than, let's say, blood donors. Blood donors are needed, but platelets, plasma, it expires a lot quicker.
Luckily, you can donate more frequent too.
Yeah, and
You can't donate blood every week.
Right.
correct. And as you know, we do stories all the time. Cancer rates have increased. My platelets go to help cancer patients.
Cool.
My platelets go to help those burn survivors.
That's
So
super cool.
that's what platelets are used for. So I just hope people seeing what we did yesterday at noon, we're actually going to do that every month, where I do weather at noon at Houchin Bolt House and just talk about how things are going with blood donation, platelet donations, because my goal is to drive the community. We have over 500,000 people in this community, and we talk about the
That's
struggles.
just Bakersfield, by the way.
And that's just
Yeah.
Bakersfield. And we talk about the struggles of Houchin getting people to come in and give blood or give platelets or plasma. And so my goal is to kind of help turn the tide.
Now we
and
should
get
know.
people
I
in.
mean, that's you're talking about almost 90 minutes. That's just platelet donation.
That's just
Blood
blood
donation's
does
a
not
little
take
faster
that
than
long.
that.
No, blood takes
Depending
probably
on-
about 10 to 15 minutes.
No,
Yeah.
not
On a
10 to
high-
15
on a high-
minutes.
I think I've watched
I was
people
gonna
get
say,
out of there
I
in about
actually-
15.
You better be bleeding real fast if
I-
it's going 10
When
minutes.
we're
I'm
at the
not-
blood mobile. I mean,
I was
I'm
going
not
to
a-
say I can. I
blood
have
mobile that we have out here. is
Yeah.
You
15
can pump it
minutes.
out.
I can. I really can.
No, I'm saying we do the blood mobile, and people aren't in there for like 30 minutes. They're in
No,
there
I
like
was gonna
15
say,
I
minutes.
feel
can
like
do-
I'm a slow bleeder or something.
I don't know. Again, I'm not a phlebotomist, but I'm guessing. Now I'm going to have to do my research.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe he just feels that long in
Yeah.
the chair. By the way, this is something Kevin did not know about
How long does
when
it
he
take to
started.
donate
I know. I was
blood?
going to do that.
There you go.
Let's see what.
Let's see.
Let's see what.
Here's what I found.
Oh, it. See,
didn't
this is
do
what.
it?
No.
Let me grab my phone. You guys
on my
talk, and
phone.
I'm going to look.
Well, I was going to
Just so
say,
people know.
Kevin said he didn't know this when he started giving platelets, but they have an incentive over there if you donate platelets.
I didn't know this.
Every time you go.
Yeah, if you go give platelets, they do have incentives. One of them at times is you get a $50 gift card when you give platelets. I didn't know anything about this, and I was going through my email one day, and I had some gift cards in my email. I was like, what is this? So the next time I went, I said, why am I getting this? They're like, it's an incentive that they give when you give platelets.
Wow.
So,
There you go.
yeah, so they
$50
have
gift
different
card.
incentives all the time
Okay.
for blood donation, platelet donation. But like I always say, and I said it yesterday at noon, I didn't even know that, but I don't think you need an incentive to go and save somebody's life. Yeah,
No,
it's
not
a
at all.
bonus.
But hey, that is a nice bonus for
It is a
folks
nice
out
bonus.
there.
In fact, I was talking to the folks yesterday there, and there's a gentleman who has been coming for years to give platelets, and what he did is he saved his gift cards up for Home Depot. 'cause
Oh, yeah, you said
can,
that.
You can pick
Choose where you get them to?
where you get them to, and he saved up his gift cards for Home Depot and remodeled his bathroom.
Wowza.
That's crazy.
You
That's
know?
impressive.
So he's saving a life and he remodeled his bathroom.
Yeah,
at the
there
same
you
time.
go.
So I'm looking
Win-win.
right
It's
now.
not.
How
it's not
long
too bad. Yeah, I was gonna say, look this up and see.
Does
Because I know
it
obviously it all depends on.
take to?
It all depends on like your. I know it also depends on your hydration levels too.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
true.
That's the other thing. I always tell you, whether you give blood or platelets, you want to make sure you're really
Very hydrated
hydrated.
and eat a good
when you
meal
go in.
before.
Okay. Donating meal usually takes about an hour.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't take.
That's
an
what
hour
I
for
just
me.
didn't see
It
that.
never
Not to
takes an
people
bleed.
were
hour.
It doesn't
sitting there
take
that long.
an hour for the actual poke, I don't think. I think once
Well-
you're poked, it's probably like 30 minutes. But the other 30 is probably like coming in, doing your
Questionnaire,
paperwork, poking your
paperwork,
finger,
yeah.
doing your iron, like
But ag-
getting you set up in a chair.
But again-
So probably your whole appointment, plan
I
an
know.
hour.
I know, and I still wrap my head around the fact that who cares? Just you walk out of there going, you know what? My blood just probably saved somebody's life, and you know that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's huge for your heart. So anyway,
Okay, so one of the things that I like to, where I'm hoping to do this is every day is, today is March 4th. No big deal, right?
may the fourth
Like
be with you.
That would be May 4th.
I know. I just wanted to say.
But obviously, it's
still the fourth.
always cool to look back at what happened on this day in history and what do we. You know how there's always like those weird holidays and like every day has like there's national. There's always something,
So
right?
what's today?
Well, today is National Sons Day. You got 3 boys.
I do.
Did you know that?
I did not know.
Oh, there you go.
That she has
There's
3
so many
boys?
weird holidays.
Better get a McDonald's or something. Not McDonald's. I knew that was the face I was going to get when I said
Get 'em Taco
McDonald's. We know Maddie very well. I just wanted to see her
Sorry.
go.
Excuse me. I told you I'm making them pancakes today.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Didn't know.
But
With lots of syrup, right?
No. I will measure that out.
Oh my gosh.
It's expensive. Have you shopped recently with 3 children? Let me tell you.
But so today we're
Tablespoon.
We're gonna call this
100%.
we're gonna call this like a look back at what today is all about. So here it is.
Today is March 4th, a day to celebrate all the amazing sons in your life. In 1789, the U.S. Constitution was put into effect and is one of the world's oldest constitutions still in use. Thomas Jefferson was the first U.S. president to be inaugurated in Washington, D.C., and Chicago was incorporated as a city. In honor of Women's History Month, we recognize government official Frances Perkins, who was sworn in as U.S. Secretary of Labor under the administration of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. She was the first woman appointed to a cabinet post in 1933. People magazine launched in 1974.
Oh, the coffee's good too. Where'd you learn to do all this?
Oh, just a natural born cook, I guess.
And we loved watching these two on our small screens. But in 1960, Lucille Ball filed for divorce from Desi Arnaz. Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz were married for 20 years, and after they divorced, the two remained friends until they both passed. I'm Marky Martin. Watch Morning in America on News Nation every weekday starting at 6 a.m. Eastern. Back to you.
By the way, just introduced my kids to I Love Lucy. It is
Love.
100% like their humor. I watch some of it now, and I used to watch it as a kid, and I'm like, what in the world? Like rolling my eyes at the humor, but it is their humor 100%.
Lucille
So if
Ball
you have
is
kids,
just
little
one of the
boys,
best.
they're going to love it.
Yes.
I think it's on Paramount Plus. You can stream it.
So
Lucille Ball is just one of the best.
my mom,
She's hilarious.
My mom may be the biggest I Love Lucy fan
Really?
you'll ever meet.
Really? That's
Yes.
so cute.
Yeah.
She has like every DVD, including.
Oh, okay.
She's got all the
cute.
DVDs. I mean, because I grew up on it. I mean,
I
it
love
was
it.
like I'm not even
Does
joking.
your mom still have a DVD player?
For
I
I
have a
Love
DVD
Lucy.
player.
You do?
For I Love
I have a
Lucy.
ton of DVDs.
I don't have nothing with a DVD player.
I have so many DVDs. I don't want to rebuy all those movies.
She has all she's got books on I Love Lucy. She's got an I Love
Cute.
Lucy like action.
She was a pioneer.
Yeah,
yes.
she was, and you can. I mean, she will just if you sit down and talk to her about I Love Lucy, she will have every fact that.
How fun.
And she knows the timeline. She knows everything, and so yeah. So,
So your
growing
mom
up,
knows that Lucille Ball, she was a firecracker, even off screen. I mean,
oh
let's
yeah,
just say-
oh yeah. No, she is the type of person as you were like watching an episode of I Love Lucy, she'll say, okay, so what's happening backstage or what's happening during this time of her life. She
They made
you
a
know,
couple movies on like some
Yeah.
of the tensions and some
During
of
the
the.
break, Lucille's like, "Give me a cigarette."
You know, well, they were doing that on air too. But
Well, yeah, back then.
yeah, I mean, it is. If you sit and watch I Love Lucy, with my mom, she will go through every little thing about her and the relationship and all that stuff. But yeah, growing up, I saw every episode, including the hour-long episodes that they went to, and then the longer shows and so forth. And
It wasn't in history, but you know the other show I really loved? Little House on the Prairie.
Mm.
One of my favorite shows of all
I
time,
watched
along
that
with no.
I haven't seen that show. Mm-mm.
Really? Am I aging myself?
I don't know, maybe.
Little House on the
I didn't have
Prairie?
cable growing up though,
Oh,
so
okay.
I don't know.
I
didn't
even
see a
to this
lot
day,
that
if it
other
comes
people
on,
saw.
I get glued at Little House
Aw,
on the Prairie.
I love that. Well, we also introduced the kids to, my mom did actually when she was here, Leave It to Beaver.
Oh.
And so they love that one. They
The
love
other
that
one,
and I
you
Love
know-
Lucy.
And you know my other favorite? Flipper, King of the Sea. I think that's how it goes.
Oh,
What
they
is-
would
what is
love
that?
that. I'd have
You don't
to
remember
look.
Flipper?
Well, Flipper's a dolphin.
I wonder. Yeah, it was
Dolphin,
a dolphin. It was a
okay.
friendly dolphin who
And they made a movie.
built his friendship. I don't know if they did a movie on Flipper.
No, there was a
pretty
Free
sure.
Willy. There was a Free
They
Willy.
loved that. I
But
recently
Flipper was
showed
a
them
show
that.
where he became a boy's best friend.
Yeah.
And used to follow him all around the
Cute.
town.
Super
So look it
cute.
up. Flipper was another childhood fun show.
I'm trying to think of. There's Flubber.
Watch this.
Flubber?
I'm gonna find the.
There's
see if there's
Flubber.
a
I
theme
did
song.
like that movie growing up.
Let's see if there's a theme song for it. Flipper.
All right.
Flipper. Oh, ready? Here we. Ready?
I don't know any. I don't know where to go with this.
Maybe. Come on. Here we go. Wait.
When was this? What year was this?
This was. Let's see. If it'll stop. I don't even know what year. Hey Siri, what year did Flipper run? Hey Siri, what year did Flipper run? Oh my gosh, look, the phone does not want to
It
work.
doesn't want to work. Well, maybe that's a
Yeah.
we can move on.
I know.
Maybe it's a sign.
I'm stuck on
Maybe
Flipper.
it's a sign on us moving on. So obviously the weather's been, super nice the last couple of
1964.
1964.
Oh, okay.
2 years before my mom was born. So the weather's been kind of like up and down, I
Yeah.
feel like, over the past couple of days. I know it's the time of year that we're in, right?
Yeah.
Like where we get like nice weather, cold weather, whatever. I love this time of year though. I think it's like my favorite time of year in Kern County because everything's like starting to turn green.
It's so
And
pretty
Even if
right
it's just
now.
for a moment. But
Right.
it is, we're starting to see, I was actually driving down the West Side Parkway yesterday, and I noticed it was a very small patch, but it was a small patch on the side of the road that had some purple flowers. And it was just a reminder like, oh, the wildflowers are starting to bloom.
Well,
Have you
driving
seen that on the
up
58?
Highway 58, there are quite a few flowers that have bloomed already. So
Yeah, there's going to
it's
be a few.
nice time
They're
to take
not
a drive.
expecting the bloom like we've seen in previous years.
But here's
Yeah.
the thing: there's still a lot of flowers out there. So
Yeah, but not the super blooms, like
sure,
the real orange.
But is it
hillsides.
beautiful? And are the hillsides
Yeah.
orange? Yes, they are.
Yeah, we will see something like this.
Don't discount it. Like
You
it's
know-
still a beautiful time to take a drive up the 58.
There you go, this year.
Caliente, the 178 always gets a really beautiful.
Look at 2017
gonna-
though.
Yeah, I was going to say, so one of my favorite things to do during this time of year is I love going up the 178 to Kernville.
Yes.
And I have this
Oh,
ritual
that drive
that I
is so
do.
pretty.
I have this
the
ritual that I
spring.
do at least once a year during March or April, where I will go up the 178. I will stop at like Kern River Brewery, and have a beer, some food, and then go up and find a trail.
And you know where you should stop next time? Kern River Ceviche.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about
Really?
that.
Oh my gosh, our friends who live up there, who run like the Kern River Bridge,
Yeah.
that new nonprofit up there, they said it's great. The ceviche company up in the Kern River in the Lake Isabella area. So next time you're up there, grab some ceviche. I want to know how it is.
It is
Is
like
it like
next
near-
time I
so
go, I'm
much
gonna
fun
try
up
it.
there.
Where's it located? Do you know?
It's easy to find. I drive past it. I used to drive past it on my way to my dad's. I remember it. But yeah, it's right there, right by the lake.
I
really
love
near
that
the
area.
lake.
Lake Isabella, Kernville area. I mean, it is just so
Kernville's,
beautiful.
yeah, it's
Kernville's beautiful.
So beautiful.
I just can't. I wish I could go up there more. I just can't stomach the canyon.
You just need a helicopter.
I need a helicopter. Anybody loan me one just every once in a while? Take me up to the Kern River Valley.
That drive. I mean, yeah, it is.
What
a
I
little
need to do is I
winding.
need to tap into the Rankins. If you remember on my travel series, the Rankins took me up in their helicopter.
Oh, there you go.
Over their land, and he actually flies his helicopter from Rankin Ranch into Bakersfield.
Well,
He's
you
a
have to.
firefighter.
I was going. Oh, okay. He flies to Bakersfield. Okay,
Yeah.
because you have to get to the Rankin Ranch, which is
Right.
quite a twisty little drive itself.
Right. You know how long it takes him to fly from Rankin Ranch to Bakersfield?
I don't know. 2 minutes.
About 10 to 15
Okay.
minutes or so.
That
Yeah,
makes
because it's
Flies.
literally just up and over.
Oh, yeah.
When he took me for a ride, I could see Bakersfield
you
from
don't
the
have
ranch.
to, go through the. all
Such
the
a cool
winding
place,
roads, yeah.
though, Rankin Ranch.
Yeah.
So cool. And, so grateful they were spared, of course, during the Burrell
Yes.
fire. That area is going to look a lot different this year. I was talking about taking a drive up Caliente, Bodfish, but that area is going to look very different because of the Burrell fire this year.
Hopefully, though, there is some new growth. Due to some of the.
It's going to be very green. A lot of new
it's going to
growth.
be a lot of new growth up there, and it's kind of the silver lining. I mean, obviously, it's going to take years to clear all of that debris and stuff.
so
but
sad.
if there is a silver lining, it's that there is new growth up there. But still, obviously, it's just been
Devastating what
devastating
happened to
up there.
Havilah and other communities there. Yeah, pretty sad. But yeah, now I'm already seeing the flowers bloom. I saw the first ones peeking up last week, so go check them out. Don't let the season pass without seeing
And
the
hey, we
wildflowers.
got more
Maybe the
rain on the
rain,
way,
yeah, maybe the rain Wednesday, Thursday will
Yeah.
even help with those blooms. So
That'd be
we'll
really
see.
cool. All right, that's it for After Sunrise. Thank you so much for hanging out with us again. We appreciate it.
So yeah, we'll be doing this every day right after 17 News at sunrise on KGET. So after we sign off, you can just log on to KGET.com. We'll be right here with some coffee and some stories and just hanging out with us and chit-chatting. All right, we'll see you tomorrow morning after sunrise.